Hello and welcome to this microlearning video about microlearning in the workplace. Over the next few minutes, we'll be answering the following questions. What is microlearning? How effective is it in the workplace? What are the current trends in microlearning? And what are the practical applications in the workplace? So what is microlearning anyway? It's an instructional method that uses short and quick learning sessions that are 2 to 10 minutes long. It contains small learning units that could be the equivalent of a chapter of a book or even less. The modules focus on a specific topic with 2 to 3 sublevels. It is available on demand as needed on just about any device. It's an easy fit in our schedule, and it's engaging. It captures and holds our attention with multimedia that may well resonate with us. Some of the familiar formats of microlearning are pamphlets or handouts, podcasts, newsletters, mobile apps, digital games, infographics, and videos. We're familiar with some of the platforms as well, like Reddit with its postings on just about any topic. Then there's YouTube, Quizlet, Khan Academy, and of course Duolingo. Now let's take a look at the role of microlearning in the workplace in terms of just-in-time learning, engagement and motivation, flexibility and accessibility, employee performance, learning culture. As a just-in-time instructional strategy, microlearning is available on demand as need arises without any wait, increasing efficiency. It can be indexable. We can associate topics and tags to videos to create a searchable database. On the flip side, it can lead to over-reliance on technology, which would be a problem during database downtime and technical failures. Also, in low-resource environments where devices might not be available or might be just out of reach of cell phone signal coverage. In terms of engagement, microlearning is highly applicable to a situation where it's brought up. It's applicable to the immediate context where it's needed. It's multimedia rich, capturing and holding our attention with media that resonate with us. It's interactive. At the very least, it might allow the user to pause, play, and skip. It can also require specific user response actions. Microlearning can address modern learning styles such as scenarios, infographics, quizzes, videos, and gamification. One downside is that it really requires a certain level of self-discipline, which might be difficult to bring to the table when there's lack of emotional connection and social interaction as part of the learning process. It can lead to reduced intrinsic motivation when it's very brief and task-oriented. The learning can feel transactional, thereby reducing autonomy and curiosity. In terms of flexibility and accessibility, learning modules are available anytime, anywhere, in digital format, mobile-friendly, easy to schedule, and asynchronous. It addresses a variety of learning preferences, allowing the user to process and learn at their own pace, on their preferred device, in their preferred format. It can also address diverse learning needs, such as languages or visual accommodations, as well as audio accommodations. Sometimes it's as simple as a transcript. One downside is that we can create digital access barriers, especially if we design it with a one-size-fits-all approach, with little regard for sensory and cognitive impairments and heavy reliance on fast-paced visuals, animations, and audio. Web content accessibility guidelines can be of great help there. Digital access barriers will also come up in low-resource settings where devices are not available or a connection is not available. We can also end up with language and cultural biases in the form of examples that might be confusing or alienating for diverse or multilingual audiences. In terms of employee performance, of course, one focus would be effectiveness and efficiency. Microlearning can provide workflows that take an employee step by step through a process, thereby leading towards higher issue resolution rates, higher productivity, and an uninterrupted daily routine. It takes advantage of cognitive science principles like chunking, spaced repetition, retrieval and recall practice. We can track completion rates of compliance and rolling out safety guidelines and ensuring that everybody has learned them. When it comes to employee performance and development, it's good for procedural and task-based knowledge. However, it is less suitable for teaching soft skills and good judgment. The lack of role play, coaching, sustained practice, and reflection make it difficult to use for discretionary decisions. Microlearning can have a significant impact on the organization's learning culture, as it promotes continuous learning when it's embedded in the job and in the flow of work. It can contribute towards professional development in a progressive manner where it's delivered in stages and tiers as the employee's scope of responsibilities widens. It provides for daily learning opportunities. On the other hand, it can undermine deep learning culture, completely lacking the process of critical thinking and strategizing. It could devalue collaborative learning as it often happens in isolation without teamwork. As microlearning evolves, there are some current trends. One is mobile first. Who has a smartphone? Everyone. So we might as well design it to be accessible that way. It's available anytime, anywhere. It's available in remote work settings and in field work. Another current trend is a focus on artificial intelligence and adaptive learning. This is new technology that allows for personalization based on the learner's behavior, learning styles, and their performance data. Another trend is integration with learning experience platforms, which allow for module curation that is data-driven and allows for tracking and evaluation. It provides for self-directed learning as it gets embedded in workflows and provides performance support on the spot. And another trend is gamification. Again, think of Duolingo, a great example that is easy to use and thereby contributes to the motivation and satisfaction of the learner. Think of the badges that you get to earn in Duolingo and the leaderboards, quizzes, and polls. There are many practical applications for microlearning, and two of the greatest areas of application are onboarding and uptraining and compliance and safety. So when it comes to onboarding and uptraining employees, we can provide a video, for instance, of the company values. We can use microlearning to test candidates for certain knowledge that we need them to bring to the job. We can use it for updates on processes, products, and services. And we can provide scripts for sales, customer service, and disclaimers. In regards to compliance and safety protocols, we can use microlearning to distribute corporate policies. We can teach proper use of personal protective equipment. Microlearning can deliver an emergency response checklist. In conclusion, we can say workplace microlearning continues to grow as it's fueled by mobile technology, artificial intelligence, and demand for employee-centric learning. But to realize its full potential, it must be part of a broader, integrated learning strategy.